you need to know that depression and anxiety, everything start from stress. So every single thing start from stress. You as a friend, you as a one as a group member, you're supposed to be notice your friend. Maybe before this is very hanky-panky person, and now dia jadi seorang yang pendiam. So you notice about that. What should you do?
Welcome back, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world listening to this podcast. We have a special guest this week. We have a one of the oh my god. Along so far saya tak tahu macam nak buat intro. Sebenarnya saya bantai ni actually.
No,
Sebab you
just
know.
you need to feel free. You need to. The thing is yours. So
Mhm.
once you're doing this kinds of thing, so just follow the flow. You can't copycat other people. So as long
Yep.
as you rasa okay, just go on. Tapi English kau bagus lah. Aku takut nanti aku boleh tak cakap AI.
So, Along, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reluctant to call you Encik Badri because the first time we met, you said, "You don't you dare call me Encik Badri. I will punch you straight in the goddamn face." I was like, okay.
Because of once somebody are calling me Encik Badri kan, usually it's look like macam hebat sangat. I just ordinary persons like all of us, the listeners and all of you. Because of once you somebody me prefer to call me sir, macam like yesterday I have program with Unisi Malaysia Sabah. So they used to call me sir. How sir this that, and so I say no, can you call me Alung, which is easiest for me lah. I feel better like that.
Yeah, all right. So, Along, without further
Okay.
ado, I'm gonna let you do your own intro because I'm suck at it. So, why not you tell
Okay.
us who you are and what you're doing right now?
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت خلقتني ولا أهلك وأهلك ما استطاع أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. Before I'm introducing myself, so I just want to say sorry because as we know, what these kinds of pandemic, these kinds of PKP, these kinds of Kedah still in fasa satu. So I'm still busy doing this and that. So while we are sharing this and that, so if I receive any phone calls, so I'm very sorry for that. Okay, Allah sorry. So my name Badri Hazlan. So I use which is easy for me for if somebody call me Along. Okay. In the beginning, I'm being a counselor, school counselors, and then after that, after 4 years, transfer to College Matrikulasi, being a penolong pengarah counselling, College Matrikulasi ke Jurusan Kedah, and then take a leave, cuti sekejap for 1.5 years around that. The main point why bercuti adalah because of following my wife doing her subspecialties and neurologies at Royal Melbourne Hospital. And then while that adalah jadi part-time counsellors over there, and then adalah continue studying there here and there like that with Uni Melbourne. So and now come back to Malaysia before the whole of pandemic, and then start with sekolah, bertukar sekolah beberapa sekolah lah, and I end up now being a counsellor at sekolah menengah sains Penang. Uh, it's not like other SBP because this is the first school in Malaysia that introduced for genius pintar punya educations. So actually dia adalah sekolah pintar yang pertama di bawah our Ministry of Education lah. So dia joint adventure with Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. So now I'm being one of them that organize the school. So wish me luck, Jazanli. So at the same time, counselor sukarelawan.
Mm.
Ada link juga jadi kaunselor sukarelawan untuk talian kasih Kementerian Pembangunan Wanita dan Keluarga. Masih lagi lah. So just that ni. Itu kot. If anything nak tanya apa-apa, kita punya host boleh tanya lah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So kalau saya nak tanya, I think we're gonna do another part because we are not in a great time, right? Because you have to
Yeah,
go somewhere after this.
yeah.
So this week we are going to discuss about mainly about mental health,
Mm-hmm.
more about self, our own self, right? So
Our own self, yes.
yeah, to starting up. Do you remember that yesterday and when we were texting, you were just like so
Yeah.
nervous, you were so shocked, and then I was like, yeah, I'm nervous too. You know, every time I'm doing every single episode of my podcast, whenever I'm doing my solo episode, whenever I'm doing with other guests, I will be so nervous. Like I want to ask you why certain people feel like nervous is a bad thing. Is it nervous a bad thing or is it a good thing in your opinion?
For me, actually, nervous is something that is a normal symptom for everybody.
I
It's a very
see.
simple thing. So it is depends on how you think about it. Because of
Mm,
everybody are nervous. If you ask Najib Tun Razak, so once he being a prime minister, so surely he facing a nervous part of his life. Same to
mm,
goes to Muhyiddin Yassin, Tun Mahathir, or whoever you are. So you were being nervous by who by who. So just accept as who you are because of you need to think. If you are not nervous, it shows that you are overconfident. If you are overconfident, it will be a big problem. You will make a huge mistake. So once you're nervous, for me, as a student or as anybody, as a man or as a woman that working or whatever, so once you're nervous, at least it is look like a button that reminding you or alarm atau alert system that reminding you, okay, what would be happen after this? If you doing this, what would be happen? So if you don't want that things happen, what should you do? So actually, nervous is something that good and normal and really remind you help you to be more better if you ask me personally, but it is depends on you how you accept that kinds of nervous. If you thought that that kinds of nervous is really kill you, so what should you do? Or you just accept that you are nervous without doing anything. That one is more useless. Huh? It is
mm,
depends. If you thought that you are nervous, what should you do?
yeah.
So even though that you thought that, okay, for example today, so we plan to have these kinds of recording this and that. So for me, if you ask personally, I'm very busy nowadays. I mean this a few weeks, so I'm not preparing for this one, but I have plan contingency for this. If you ask this, I will answer these kinds of. So you have backup plan.
Yeah.
So, but the most important thing as a students, no, I thought hopefully that our listeners are students. So once you're nervous, the main point is what is your next actions?
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
we are accepting that nervous is a normal symptom for everybody, but the next step, the next actions, what would you do?
Mm,
First,
yeah.
either you just follow the flow, layan sahaja that kinds of nervous feeling, or you will take actions to make sure that the things that you worry, the things that you nervous, so you overcome the things. It is depends on you. The choice is yours.
Mm,
That was my opinion. If you're asking about nervous, yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Uh, that is a really good point. It reminds me of what Jay Shetty mentioned in one of his episodes. He said that I would never ever want to delete my nervous feeling because that means I care, right? Because whenever we don't feel nervous about some things, it's a sign that we don't care about that. For example, right now, I'm nervous discussing these things with you. You are nervous discussing these things with me, right? Which
Yeah,
means that we care about uh, whether our opinions matters or not, our opinions related or not, right? So, and then I would say this. Can you agree with me that why we feel nervous? Mainly, is it mainly we feel nervous because we are scared to be seen as failure, and we tend to feel insecure about that? Can you agree with me on that?
I I can agree with it. Actually, everybody wants something to be more perfect. We should want something to be perfect. It's
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
feeling. You can't be perfect, but insecure, yes, should be. I thought that was the answers. The
hmm,
easiest
yeah,
one, nervous it is your best friend. If you
hmm, yeah,
lost your best friend, you are being nothing. Like I mentioned to you before, nervous is the best reminder for yourself.
yeah. Because it's a sign, right? It's a
Yeah,
sign that it's a sign that you say your brain said, "Hey, this is danger, and you need to get out," right?
yeah.
So basically, our
If
brain,
not, if
yeah,
not, if not, you are being totally overconfident.
yeah,
Once you're overconfident, don't worry. Something unexpected will be happen.
yep,
Seriously.
yep, cool. And talking about insecure, right? So we got one point why people feel insecure because they are afraid to be seen as a failure and they are afraid to be seen as less than, right?
Mm.
Um, in your opinion, what are other kinds of reasons why people feel insecure about themselves?
It's not because others. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina wa Allahumma salli ala sayyidina. The most important thing they are thought about is not failure, but their own image.
Hmm, I see.
It's not failure, but for me is that they are think about stupid. They felt that if you look stupid, you are nothing. You are what kinds of nak cakap macam mana? Um, Bodoh is one of word yang dia orang nak avoid. They try to avoid that kinds
Hmm,
of word.
yeah.
But they never know that, as I say before, nervous is a part of your life, stupid is a part of your life.
Hmm,
You can't run away from stupid.
yeah.
Everybody start with zero. That was the ayat yang bagus lah to say is that you start from zero. Tapi ayat yang kasar, the worst one, you are stupid. You start with nothing, stupid, and up you will start to develop yourself, develop your personality, develop your self-esteem,
Yeah.
develop your personality yourself. So that was the thing. So once they're nervous, they are afraid that they will look stupid. It's not because of their fear or not, but they afraid they look stupid. But
Hmm,
they need to know, all of you, even me, I can't be perfect. If I'm knowledgeable on these kinds of things, but in other side, I will be stupid. So
hmm,
equal and balance, right? You know this, you don't know that. But once you are focusing on perfectionist, nervous will kill you.
hmm,
You know that?
yeah.
So for me, uh, failure. But the other thing is, they scared to look like stupid.
Hmm,
Maksudnya dia malu untuk nampak dia bodoh.
hmm, yeah. I
Is
th-
it wrong to look stupid? I'm asking you now. Even though you are
yeah,
the host, I'm asking you now.
yeah.
Is
Hmm.
it wrong to look stupid?
In my opinion, it's okay to be stupid. It's okay not to know lots of things,
Yeah.
rather than being the person of, oh, I know it all. Right? Our society, ini apa yang saya sendiri experience and all of the things that I've been listening to. Our society is really great on telling us that you don't have to, you if you are stupid then you are fail. I mean, like, come on, everybody starts with zero, like what you mentioned just now, right? Everybody starts with zero. Everybody start with nothing, right?
Yeah, for example, me, I am a counselor right now. If you dare to come see me, sir, this is a match. How this one to turn to be? Don't ask me. I don't know that kind of thing. It's a very simple thing. You
Yeah.
you need to accept that stupid ataupun tidak tahu
Mm.
ataupun kebodohan is a part of yourself.
Yeah.
So that's very simple. Once you accept who you are, so you can push yourself to be more better. You
Mm.
know your limitations,
Yeah.
and then once you know your limitations, so you know you can go how far you can go, and then you
Mm.
can control the nervous.
Yeah.
For what purpose you're nervous for something you really don't know? So just accept that you don't know that kind of thing, and then everything will be free,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's true though. I mean, yeah, it's when when you just mentioned about admets, right? It's a really one of the challenging questions. Like I can't even solve any of questions. I would definitely get, even though it's just rotating the same thing. I would just screw this. I don't know. Like I'm bad at maths, definitely.
You bet. I'm
Yes.
more than that because of my experience. I get negative result for that. I don't know.
Oh
My
my
teachers
god,
really angry
negative.
with me. I don't know what. But the thing is, you need to accept who you are. You need to know that a part of yourself ada satu benda yang kau tak tahu. Memang kau bodoh. So just accept
Mm,
it,
mm,
right?
yeah. And then I want to go back to during our first conversation. Remember that
Yeah,
the first moment that I know you, for this is a kind of backstory a little bit. The first moment I know Along, which is I'm in earlier this year, January. On January, starting this year, 2021 has been really rough year for me, emotionally, mentally. So I'm experienced things that I never experienced before. But then after I'm seeking answers. Am I being depressed, or am I just sad, or just being seeking attention, as all of the people have been saying? So I've been attending this mental health related talk, and then I've noticed I came across your talk. What is depression? So and then after the event, I was like, I'm interested in in communicating with you, and then we talk, and then we texted and stuff. And you kind of shocked when I mentioned that you just saved me from committing suicide, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Allah sada saya mat.
yeah. And then masa tu Along macam selawat panjang habis lah memang. Kalau saya record then tu memang panjang tu Along selawat, like seriously. So when you hear that, when you hear you and we don't know each other, right? We never communicated before, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I text you on Instagram, uh and then you give me your number, and then I text you through WhatsApp, and we're communicating, and then you hear that. How do you feel at that moment?
You asked me,
Yeah.
how do I feel?
Yeah. When someone out of the blue just say to you, "Hey, I've seen your talk, and then I'm interested in seeing you making jokes in the talk, and blah 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 blah," and then thank you for saving me from committing suicide. So I want to know, how do you feel about that?
One thing yang melintasi di pemikiran, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. This is not about me. Ni semua kerja di atas. Allah yang
Mm,
memberi hidayah. That was the point lah.
yeah.
And either we believe or not, you are not the first person that I met like this.
Mm-hmm.
But apa yang ada dalam pemikiran dan dalam hati Along, kalau orang-orang begini adalah orang yang sangat-sangat hebat. You are the chosen one.
Why
You
is
are the
that?
chosen one.
Why is that?
Because of tak semua orang, not all of us, diuji dengan soalan yang begini. Diuji dengan keadaan begini. Not all of us. So
Mm,
once Allah decide this thing come to your life, actually orang yang nak menghadap ujian begini adalah orang yang totally unique. That was my answer.
mm.
And Allah knows that memang kamu boleh menghadap situasi itu. I'm totally
Yeah.
believe on that. Because of, bayangkan, this kinds of person, I'm not saying it's about you, kita check
Yeah. We
generally,
generalize. Yeah.
yeah, generally, these kinds of people yang menghadap masalah stress, depression, anxiety, whatever, orang yang memang dah di saat-saat akhir, yang dia dah menghadap terlampau banyak. So dia achieve sampai ke tahap itu. Actually dia adalah orang yang hebat.
Yeah.
Tapi sayangnya masyarakat di sekeliling, we need to be more alert. That was the thing.
Yeah.
But surely once you, kalau mengimbau balik kenangan tu, I feel grateful. Macam cakap Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad. Tak tahu lah. Tak tahu nak cakap lah. I don't know how to explain. I don't have word for that, but Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
And then now you're being somebody that you should be proud with yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just like you said. It's not just about me. It's all about everybody that has been struggling with these kind of things. Like you mentioned just now, I can just say this, just to recap what you said just now. People that being open and vulnerable to other people is actually a strong person, right? I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm strong. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you strong. I'm saying that everybody is who. It doesn't matter whether it's a boy, a man, a girl, or a woman. If you being open up with somebody, you are actually a strong person. But the thing is, why people tend to not being open up, because of our society, right? Just what you mentioned just now, right?
Yeah.
Because people tend to think, oh, you've been open up, oh, you're just seeking attention, like, and blah 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 blah. And this kind of things happen to me. uh People tend to say that I am just seeking attention, but no. Nuh-uh. You don't know my story. I don't know your story. You don't know what I'm struggling with. I don't know what you struggle with. So this is one of my ways to show that I'm hurting, I'm struggling, and I need help, right? Because I don't have the courage, or I don't have the balls to say privately to someone, because I have lots of friends, right? We have lots of friends, but we don't know which one to trust. And then we have to go through our instincts. And so, yeah, well, I want to discuss about the stigma around depression, anxiety, and all this mental illness stuff with you, because people scared to open up and being vulnerable with other people, even sometimes with professional, right? Professionals sometimes tend to be pig-sided, right? They tend to be pick certain people, saying that, oh, it's your fault. So other than that, why people tend to scared to be open up?
Okay, first thing is, before I'm answering your questions, they say that you are attention seekers, right?
Yeah.
Why that things happen? I'm asking you first. Why they thought like that?
Primarily because they only see what I posted on social media, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
why you are doing that?
So first of all, I feel hurt. Okay, I can't talk to. I'm struggling with my own self, with my own identity, with my own everything kind of things. Then I feel like, damn, I need to talk to someone, but I don't know who am I supposed to talk to. I can't talk these things to my family, right? They tend to be kind of judge me or anything. Maybe they don't, but I don't know. Maybe. Then I found out that exposing myself on social media might help me, and I've got some positive response, and with that I got some negative response too, and I don't mind about that. So yeah, that is one of my
No,
ways. And
the main point is why you are using social media.
because I think maybe that's the only way. At that time, I only think only at that time that was the only way.
the
To
main thing I want to highlight right now is, yeah, I'm agree that you one of persons, people that try to find attention seekers. Yeah,
yeah.
but that is your part. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
our part. People around you. You know, you are attention seeker. You are using social media for explaining and show. Sharing your feeling. Maybe some of the things is look negative.
Mm-hmm.
You need to accept, and I need to accept about it. And then some of the part is positive. But the thing is, once persons around you, people's around you, notice about that, either attention seekers or not, what should they do?
Mm. Yeah.
That was the big question mark. What should you do? Either you just scroll it and then, wow, stupid of them, just that,
Mm.
or you will be one of the netizens that give a bad comment,
Oh
or
my god.
you being a responsibility punya orang. That was the things.
Yeah.
Stigma because of tak ada kesedaran. All of us awareness sangat kurang tentang kesihatan mental ini. We are saying is about start with stress, depression, anxiety, but if we aware about this thing, so you aware about your friend,
Mm. Yeah.
once you aware, actually you are helping them, you are helping your friend to be a listener. These kinds of people, they are searching for somebody that at least listen. Just that. Once I'm saying aware, it's not based on media social sahaja tak. Your friend's
Mm.
behavior. So just alert. Once you alert, it will help your friend. Stigma kita, oh dia ni semua dia ni nak cari perhatian saja. Like you have told me just now, you shared just now, itu adalah berkaitan dengan apa yang dia rasa, dia nak share, kita kena alert. Kita
Mm.
tak go through pun apa yang dia hadapi, so how can kita nak judge dia?
Mm.
Each
Yeah.
of us is different, am I right?
Yes. Totally.
Maybe for me, if I lost my phone, it's very simple. Tomorrow I can buy another iPhone.
Mm.
But for other people, it's different. Even though Huawei ataupun simple things saja hilang, tapi for that kind of person nak dapatkan balik, it's hard for him. That's why I
Yeah.
say, kita punya orang-orang kita, masyarakat, they used to judge a book by its cover.
Mm. Yeah.
Itu sahaja. Stigma dia. Ada depression ke, anxiety ke, stress ke, apa sekalipun, kita kena alert. Kita jangan judge. Don't judge.
Yeah.
Don't judge. Bila kamu menilai, once you judging other people without finding the real fact of the things, so actually you are the one. You are one of the factor. You are one of sumber yang menyokong dia untuk menjadi lebih teruk.
Mm.
You are supporting that kind of person to be more worse than before. So that was the things. Sebab bila bercakap berkaitan dengan stigma, orang-orang di sekeliling tentang mental health ni, actually awareness.
Mm.
If you aware, if you know the things, kalau kita faham betul-betul, actually kita akan jadi orang senang. Kita akan create situasi yang lebih saling memahami. Positive situation and support dia macam tu lah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. What you mentioned just now is the truth. Like, our society lack of awareness, right? They lack of awareness. They don't know how to be just be a listener, man. Just listen. It helps. It helps lots of people just by listening without judgment, right?
You need to know that depressions and anxiety, everything start from stress.
Mm. Yeah.
So every single thing start from stress.
Mm.
You as a friend, you as a group member, you're supposed to be notice your friend. Maybe before this he's very hanky-panky person, and now dia jadi seorang yang pendiam. So you notice about that. What should you do? Biarlah dia, biarlah dia. So, did you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you notice that before this dia seorang yang pendiam, so sudden dia jadi macam kasar.
Mm. Yeah.
You just boleh you judge him. Saja nak cari perhatian. Attention seeker. Just that. Please. You need to be aware. Once you're aware, maybe because of that kind of person, which is not your family members. If your family members,
Mm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and this reminds me of what I've read from Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey. He said sometimes we don't need advice. Sometimes we just need people to say, "Me too," which means we need people to hear us, listen with empathy, compassion,
Yeah, yeah.
kindness, and gratitude. We lack these kind of things in our society, and that's kind of bad, right?
For example,
Mm.
nowadays,
Yeah.
nowadays, the situations right now. Kalau orang nak terjun bangunan,
Mm.
kan,
Yeah.
apa yang orang lain akan buat? Can you think about it?
Yeah.
Just take a phone,
Yes.
just record the thing, counting. And when other things will be happen, please, I want to see it. Stupid.
Yeah. Because they just wanted to post on their socials and then
They wanted to be the first one.
yeah. And
For
then
what? For nothing.
what happened when the video goes viral, right? And then at that time, let's say that guy or girl managed to jump and then he or she just straight death. What happens after that? The video went viral maybe around an hour after that incident happened. That person already dead. So what's the point gaining all those views? Does those million of views can convert back to his life? Can you
Yeah.
trade that? You can't. So that's a problem with our society. I'm not saying specifically to this kaum or this kaum. No, it's generalized. Every single one of
Yeah,
us. This
yeah.
happens. This is the reality. So we need
Mm.
to have more awareness about this.
That's why I say awareness.
Mm.
Just do your job as a friend. Simple. We are not talking about depressions. We are not talking about anxiety. If you want to talk about depressions and anxiety, now you can find another psychiatrist. But no, the first step, if you know how to be a friend, if you know how to be a good friend, a good sister, a good brother, a good whatever, so you are doing your responsibility to, aware, notice about your friend,
Mm.
dan boleh tenangkan dia, that one which is better.
Yeah. So it's 1,000% better, 1,000%
Yeah.
better. Just know, just aware, and you have to react with compassion, kindness, empathy, and gratitude. That's all. We don't need you to just judge people, right? And then talking about that, when other people can't do that for us, we need to do that for ourselves, right? Because what Matthew McConaughey said, the one and only person you can't get rid of is yourself. whatever it is. You go to bed with it. This is a combination of quotes from Matthew McConaughey and David Goggins. You go to bed with it. You wake up with it. You talk to it. Eventually, every single thing you do, mainly most of the time in your life, you're gonna go through with yourself, right? So I want to discuss on self-love and self-care, because this is some of the things that I think many, especially for me, I still don't know what is self-love, what is self-care, what does it mean to care for ourselves, to love ourselves. So that's why I changed the self-care and self-love term with to the I love me blueprint, as a fancy way to say, oh, I love myself. So I want to know more on your opinion. How can we be the best version of ourselves, to love ourselves, to care for ourselves, if others can't do that for us?
It's a very simple things. Before you love somebody else, you need to fall in love with yourself.
Mm,
How
thousand
can you
percent.
want to take care of other people? How can you want to fall in love with other people? But the main point is you don't know how to fall in love with yourself.
Yeah.
That was the first one. Second thing is, before you love yourself, before this I'm talking about before you love yourself, before you love other people, you love yourself first.
Yeah.
But before you love yourself, you need to fall in love with your God. That
Mm,
was a very simple thing.
yeah. Back to the basics, right?
Back to the basic.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter you are Christians or Buddhism or Muslim, whatever.
Yeah. Go back to the roots.
He's the one, the best creator. He's the one that decide all of those things.
Mm,
Buat apa yang Allah suruh, tinggalkan apa yang Allah larang. It's very simple. That was the first meaning of I love myself. Dubin.
yeah.
That was the things. The
Yeah.
main point that you need to know. And please, stop doing stupid thing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
What
So,
is,
yeah.
apa benda yang stupid things tu? Waiting for other people to fall in love. No. Nobody will love you. Even your parents.
Yeah, because
You are the only one know how to love yourself.
mm,
You are the
yeah.
only ones know how to take care of yourself. Because you are the only one know who you are. Even your mother was the one yang kenal since you kecil sampailah now, sampailah sekarang. But you still the one know 100% of yourself. So how is it? How you love yourself? Take care of yourself. How stressed you are? Manage your time. Nowadays, people is easiest to stress. As we know, stress start with stress, anxiety, depressions. Every single thing start with stress. So you need to avoid yourself from stress. But how is it? Even though, yeah, stress is a part of your life. If you stress is a good mechanism that can force you to be
Mm,
better, force you to make a great start after that. But how to manage it?
mm,
Every single day, please, you need to find things that can reduce your stress. You need to do it every single days.
mm.
For example, if you thought that you can share with other people, yes, great, share. But the thing is, find a right person to share.
Yeah.
If you fail to find the person, uh, you will be in a big problem because of other people will use that kinds of issue to yourself.
Yeah.
First thing is find person to share with it about it. That's the first one. Second is yeah, you have so many things that you can do to reduce your stress. If you ask me how I care for myself, first thing is I work out every day at least 45 minutes each of day for me.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, at least it will help you to reduce your stress. I need
Mm.
to admit that, yeah, I'm very stressed right now. I have so many things to do. But how you want to deal with it? Prepare yourself. Work out. One of the things. Maybe you need to learn how to reduce your stress with deep breathing. We have so many, I mean, ways to do the things. Deep breathing, macam mana nak tarik nafas yang sepatutnya. You need to identify it. How you
Yeah.
care of yourself. You know yourself. If you stress, what would you do?
Mm. Right.
Once you know clearly yourself, so you can react like what should you do. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you know that if you are stressed, you are preferring to makan over limit, what should you do?
Mm. Yeah.
You need to plan for that.
Mm.
For example, somebody if they are stressed, they prefer to harm themselves.
Mm.
Some of people. So what should you do avoiding that things happen to you? So you need to avoid to be alone. You need to make sure that all of your time you are spending your time with your friend or make yourself busy. That was the thing.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
was the thing. For me, I will feel stress kalau tak workout. Sebab bila workout, you feel free. So just do it.
Mm.
Kadang-kadang ada hari yang sangat busy atau terbangun lambat dan tak akan workout. You felt that your day is empty. So, how to love yourself? Know yourself properly and then do something that, I mean, take actions to make sure that yourself will be better.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
is very easy.
Yeah.
You need to, if you talk, okay, some of person, we are talking about stress right now. So some of persons that once they are stressed, they are prefer to go to Shopee and Lazada, Labeda and buy all of those things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, this and that, it will affect the financials, and then end up you'll be anxiety, and then finally you'll be depression and that. So what should you do?
Mm.
You know yourself, so take actions on that.
Yeah.
Kita ambil langkah awal, precaution. So
Right.
please love yourself and tolong sangat-sangat. Nobody in this world born to be alone. Nobody. Even though when you ask, you want me to be with you? No, I just want to be alone. Stupid. Stop it being stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of everybody perlukan perhatian. Everybody need a love.
Mm.
Simple.
Yeah.
Itulah jawapannya.
Mm.
That was my answer.
Yeah. I mean, dude, thank you so much. That's a really, really on point, right? Self love. Okay, let's just recap. Self love is all about two things. First, in order for you to love others, you need to learn how to love yourself.
Yeah.
But to love yourself, you need to go back to your roots. Doesn't matter what your religious is. Okay,
Yeah.
we are generalized right now. Okay, we are generalized. We are not specifically talk about religions, but we have to go back to our roots. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Self-love. On self-care, you and only you know yourself. Not me, not Along, not everybody.
The main point is teringat satu cikgu pernah cakap, kalau seisi dunia tak sayangkan engkau, tapi Allah sayangkan engkau, kau akan dapat satu dunia. Okay?
Right.
Tapi kalau satu dunia sayang kau, tapi Tuhan tak tengok kau, you still nothing.
Yeah. Because going back to the roots, right? Going
Yeah.
back to the roots. That's the thing. Yeah. That's a really good point though. And it's really, really on point. So we talk about religion, some sort. We go back. We insert some of the religion points. So basically, we are wow. I'm so I truly enjoy our conversation right now, but due to our time, due to our shortage of time, we need to cut short. So before we end, before we go to the end game round, I want to give one of your wise words to me during our first talk. Do you remember that?
Okay.
I still remember this. I wrote this down on my journal. Okay. Okay, so here's what Along said. It's okay to overjudge yourself. That's a sign that you are aware and cautious about the next step. This is what you said on Monday, 5th of April 2021, which is
Wow.
right, what, 5 to 6 months ago? That's crazy, right? Yeah. This quote, literally one of the quotes that stuck into my mind, right? Because I was constantly overjudged myself, and then you said, "No, that's okay. Cool, it's okay. It's a sign that you are aware." So yeah, if you guys want to take that quote, please rehearse every single day that quote, because it's a really great quote and it's a really impactful quote. So yeah, so Along, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying this. We need to do part 2, but I don't know when.
Sure.
I don't know when, but we're gonna arrange that. We're gonna reschedule for that. So are you ready for end game round, which is basically rapid fire questions? I do it before we end
It's
our
not Squid
session.
Game, right? It's not Squid Game, right?
Nah, it's not Squid Game. No, it's not that. It's not that.
I'm very afraid of that. Okay.
Yeah, all right, cool. So, question number 1 will be, what does it mean to be successful?
Happy.
Wow, that's a good
It's
point.
just as simple. It's not money. It's not what you got. It's happy. That was my answer, because of, if you ask me, I have everything right now. I have everything. I have money, I have this, I have that. And now is happiness.
Great question, great answer. Definitely gonna go into that. So, question number 2 will be, what do you love most about yourself?
Honest.
Yep.
God, how can I answer that?
100%. I can give you that, because dude, we've been communicating for some time right now, right? In 2021, we've been communicating a lot through WhatsApp, through calls, and then, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You are really an honest person. You just can call me out of all my bullshits, and you're just like, no, blah 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 blah. This is my honest opinion. You always stated that.
No,
This is
because
my
macam
honest
perasan
opinion.
je. How can I say I'm honest? You make me depression, you know. I got anxiety, overthinking about myself actually. How can I say I'm honest? But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
kalau tengok Squid Game tu kan.
Mhm.
Kan
Yeah.
ada satu watak yang menang tu kan.
I
Kau tak
didn't
tahu
watch
apa
the
dia?
series yet. I just watched the trailer. So yeah. Yeah.
Saya rasa I thought that I am that kind of person yang menang last kali tu. Because I'm always thinking about other people rather than myself lah.
Yeah.
Never mind. Next question.
All
Kita
right.
seronok pula game ni. I'm enjoying this kinds of game.
Yeah, cool. So it's question number 3, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, question number 3. If you could travel to see your past self, what would you say to him? Doesn't matter whether you can travel to your 10 years old of your 10-year-old version of you, or even in your 20s, or even in your high school, it's okay.
What would I say?
Yeah, what would you say to him if you could time travel back to your past self?
Listen. It doesn't matter what time yang Alung kan pergi. the things that I would say is, you are the best man. I would say that you are the best man.
Yeah.
And I won't ask myself to change anything
Mm.
because of that was the best moment. Dia experience yang tak boleh dapatkan tempat lain. Even though itu adalah pengalaman yang sangat menakutkan atau sangat memalukan. No, you are the best man. Because of that, it will create who am I right now. So
Mm.
the word I would say is, you are the best man.
Yeah. And then you just give yourself a high five and then hug yourself and then go back to
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will do that only.
Hmm. Man, that's a great answer, man. Like seriously though. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Question number 4. What do you value in your life? It could be anything. So just your honest opinion right now. What do you
My
value in
fa-
your life?
my family,
Hmm. Yeah.
because my life is my value is my family. Everything is my family.
Hmm.
Berapa banyak saya tolong orang lain, I help other people or whatever, my family still being there.
Yeah. That's a really sweet answer, man. Okay, moving on to final question. Question number 5. Can you give some wisdom words to our audiences?
Only you know what is the best for yourself. Keep believe on yourself. Then everything is yours. Just that. That was the key of our life. Key for success. I thought so.
Yeah.
Key of happiness, not success. Happiness.
I think it could be key to success too, right?
Yeah.
Know yourself, what is the best for you. I mean, yeah, success is not just one strict answer. It can be many answers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's true though. So, Mr. Badri Hazlan, I know you're gonna hate me calling you that. I'm just gonna say this:
It's okay.
you are really, really awesome. Thank you so
Allahumma
much,
salli
dude.
ala Sayyidina.
Thank you so much for doing this with me. You are the best. We've been planning this for a long time and finally we got here. And yeah, I know we have to cut short because we have some other things to do and you're super busy right now. I'm so grateful that you still take time to spend some quality time with me and our audiences to explain and talk and discuss about these kind of things. And definitely we're gonna do part two. Part two, we I still have some questions that we don't discuss yet. So I think we're gonna do that on part two, and then we can just discuss lots of other things. And before we go, is there anything that we don't talk about that you want to talk about?
Make yourself useful.
Hmm.
Just that.
Yeah. There's another
Maybe
answer.
you
There's another answer for the question 5, right? Wisdom
yeah.
words. Yeah, cool.
Because I either for other people or useful for yourself.
Hmm.
Think it.
Yeah.
Ding.
That's a really good thing. So everybody, thank you so much, especially for our guests for this week, Along. So I want to say thank you, and for my part, I would say remember, keep learning, keep fighting, and stay awake. So yeah, let's go,
Yeah.
bam. And I am so grateful. Thank you for everybody for tuning in this week's episode, and I will see you next week. Ciao. Peace. Wow, what a great episode. I just want to say thank you so much for listening. And I am so grateful for your time. And I hope you can learn something from today's episode. And as always, I wish you and your family are happy, healthy, safe, and well during these times.